More disturbing details about Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein emerging. Rosenstein, back in January, threatened to subpoena emails and phone records from the staffers of the House Intelligence Committee that was conducting oversight of DOJ and its corruption. One staff member reacted to Rosenstein's shocking threats by saying, quote, "Watching the Deputy Attorney General launch a sustained personal attack against a congressional staffer in retaliation for vigorous oversight was astonishing and disheartening." Also having the nation's #1 for these matters law enforcement officer threaten to subpoena your calls and emails was downright chilling. Joining us tonight is Kimberly Strassel, a member of the editorial board for the Wall Street Journal, whose reporting on the deep state and the Department of Justice corruption has been exemplary and leading the way often. Great to have you with us, Kimberly. First, your reaction to Rosenstein's outright threat, attempted intimidation of a committee that holds oversight authorities and responsibilities over DOJ.
Yeah, hi, Lou. We're moving into gravely serious territory here, because by this account, in this January meeting, according to at least 2 staffers, that in the middle of a discussion about their oversight duties, this was when Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein launched into this threat, which definitely does sound as though he was saying, back off. If you continue to engage in oversight the way that you are, I will retaliate, and I have the full force of the government behind me. Now, I should hasten to say the Department of Justice is pushing back. They are claiming that this was Mr. Rosenstein responding to the prospect that he might have a contempt citation leveled against him, and that this was how he was responding to that. But the staffers disagree, and if their account is correct, this is a Department of Justice that really seems to no longer know its boundaries.
Yeah, it seems that Rosenstein is also the fulcrum for most of this, whether it be FISA authorizations, whether it be expeditions to London. He is playing a very heavy hand here in what seems to be obvious political corruption at the highest levels of the Justice Department.
Well, here's what you would hope to see from a Trump Justice Department, by the way. These were people that were put in, just as they were in other agencies. They were supposed to go in and be reformers. But not only have we seen now this allegation of threats, but you've got a Department of Justice and FBI that have flouted subpoenas after subpoenas. They appear to be flouting one tonight. There was a new deadline from House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes to hand over the details, let them see the documents related to this spy who was monitoring and looking into the Trump campaign. It would appear we've now blown past normal business hours, that they're not going to comply with that tonight. So they've done that. There are the threats. There's the redactions where they continue to hide information. We just got a new letter from Senator Ron Johnson today showing how they had deliberately hid the names of different people involved in the investigation so that Congress couldn't investigate.
And we have an IG report that's going to be coming forward Thursday. We're told that it's heavily redacted. I do not know that to be the case. I hear that is the case. But if it's redacted as heavily as is being suggested, we're, it seems to me, spiraling toward a constitutional crisis. And the only solution I see, Kimberly, is for the president himself to step in and say, this ends now, turn over all of the documents. It's a direct order from the President of the United States to an executive branch and its leaders to do so forthwith. Your thoughts?
I absolutely agree. Declassify, put out there the documents related to this informant, put out there the documents related, put out the FISA application that was put forward so that Americans can see for themselves how the FBI handled itself in 2016 with regard to both the Clinton investigation and the Trump investigation, because it is evidently clear that they are hiding things and that they will never willingly hand it over themselves.
Kimberly Strassel, thanks so much for being with us. And again, we applaud your work, your extraordinary reporting, and thank you so much. Come back soon.